calculation. First, I would like to take this back to 1 to 250 for a better view. Okay. After that, we will come to Analyze tab here and Compute Materials. So we are coming back to where we calculated the earthworks volume. We'll select the alignment, select the sample line group. Okay. Now this was what we created before, and this is earthworks. So I'll type in earthworks here. Earthwork cut and fill and fill. This for the earthworks computation. Now to go for the materials, I would come down here, import another criteria. The criteria we use to create earthwork and earthwork cut and fill was based on earthwork. So I would go to import another criteria. So here we have about 3 different criteria: the cut and fill, the earthworks, and materialists. So I would create a new one, and I could name it maybe give it corridor material calculation or volume. Yes, corridor material volume. And here I would add a new material. And this material could be the asphalt, and the quantity type is a structure. It is not earthwork, cuts, or fill. It's actually a structure. So you should select structure here. And within this data type, you'd go for corridor shape, because what controls the material is the corridor shape. Then within this next field, select corridor shape, you would go for pave 1 and click on add. So for asphalt, we're using pave 1. And within the shape style, I would like to go for pave 1. Let me even use what the name of the material itself or the component itself. For the binder course under the asphalt, I would add new material. I'll name it binder. Sorry, binder, and then change this back to structure. However, if you don't change it, maybe you forgot, and you come to pave 2, then click on add. The software would bring this warning sign that the corridor shape cannot be added to structure type materials. So you should, sorry, plus. It says the corridor shape can be added, not cannot, can be added to structure type. Therefore, I have to change this to structure and add pave 2. Then I could change this also to pave 2. Okay. Then I could go for add another material. This should be the base, and also it's a structure type. I'll go for base, click on this icon and add a new material, sub base. Oh God, sub base. Then structures, go for sub base, click on add. So I have the whole of this within my quantity takeoff criteria. So when you're done this way, and you must have changed the name, you click on OK, and click on OK. Now this window comes up. Here you have to set what defines your PV1. So this road layout is the name of our corridor surface, of our corridor itself. So this is what defines each of these corridor shapes. Therefore, I have to select what suits PV1 from here. PV1 or PV2, I'll go for PV2. Instead of selecting each of these manually, you could go to map object with same name. So this does it automatically, PV1, PV2, base and sub-base. At this stage, you should be mindful. You should also cross-check if it's in line with the corridor shape. When I click on OK, it brings it in here as another material list. And we have asphalt, the binder, the base and sub-base. Okay, I should change this to base and this also to sub-base. Okay. Now when you're done here, try to change this name also to maybe something like material volume. Okay. When you're done like this, you hit the OK to compute it. You see your computer roll for some minutes, it's making the computation. And within your section view, you'd also find that this has changed. That is due to the styles I appended to each of those shapes. To bring about the volume of each of those materials, come to material volume table, select the alignment, the sample line, and go for material lists. I just change this material volume and which material do you want to compute its volume. Okay, you click on OK and look for a suitable place on your screen to drop your volume. So we have the volume of asphalt here, 17.16 meter cube. To get the other ones, have to come back to material volume again and select the material list. Go for the one that suits your purpose, sub-base, OK, and you drop it on the screen. This is for the sub-base. You could also use this volume reports to take it to Microsoft Explorer or which other browser you have on your system. Ask me later. I didn't make settings the correct settings. Again, volume reports. Depending on what you want to calculate, select material list, go for material volume and click on OK. Yes, and yes. What is this? Okay, material volume. I'd go for select multiple materials. No. Let me try this last one. Select materials. Go for material volume. Okay, we have it here. For each of the layers, asphalt, binder, base, and sub-base, we have these volumes. Remember how I come about this? I selected this volume report, selected the name of the material, which you must have done manually when you were computing the material. Then select a style sheet. You should select materials, open, then OK. So it should bring you here. And for every station,
Engineer, can we see that?
You can see it?
Yes, you can see that.
Okay, sorry. I think what I would do is to share my screen rather than the software. Okay. Can you see these report quantities?
Yes, I can see that.
Yes.
Okay. Then material volume, and go for select material, open, and okay. Can you see this Microsoft Explorer on my screen?
Yes, you can see that.
Okay, then there's the internet. This Internet Explorer asking some questions. After you must have answered duly, then you should find this on your screen. So at every chainage, you have your volume computed. So this for the material reports. That's when you're dealing with your material. So it has computed the material for this first layer and material for the second layer, which I called binder. And this is the base and this the sub base. So each of those materials would have been taken care of in the table.